Hey, what's going on today, guys? Welcome back here to TLK Outdoors. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to utilize one of these survival cards that you can get on Amazon, Temu, other different outdoor shops, and an old spool line I had laying around to try and simulate the survival situation, guys. See if you can actually utilize one of these survival cards to get yourself a couple fish to help get you by while you're waiting to get out of the situation you're in, or if you're waiting for help. But before we dive into that, guys, if you do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down there below, and hopefully we get some luck with this, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this video, see what we can't get, see if this thing actually works. All right, so the first thing we're going to need something for a makeshift cane pole here. So what you want to do, you want to try and find either a small tree like this, got some shoots coming out of it, and you're looking for something that's live, and this guy here would actually be perfect. So what we're going to do, since you're in a survival situation, you don't have a knife with you, this guy does have a little saw on it. So the first thing we're going to do is put this saw to the test. Just going to kind of break this off here. There we go. We're going to see if this saw works, guys. It is taking a minute, but it is cutting through this tree. You go ahead and pull these little skewers out of here, because they seem to be kind of getting in the way. All right, let's get back to this. Now we should be able to finish this off. What I'm doing is doesn't have to downward pressure on the branch, so it doesn't hit my saw up into the area I already cut. I use my arm to plus weather shield, so I use both hands to saw back and forth here. Hopefully that works for what it is. Works fairly well, guys. Just gotta give it a little bit of time. And you can see we got a really clean cut. So now what we'll do, we'll go through, we'll break off these outer shoots. Don't have to be perfect or look fancy. You're just trying to get yourself a makeshift pole here. Something that, yeah, there we go. Something that's got a little bit of give, help simulate a fishing pole. I mean, it's not perfect, but gives us something to tie some line to. I'll take some of our fishing line here. I don't even know what pound test this is. Oh, it's 6 pound. I still have enough of the label on there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this spool down here. I'm going to take enough of this line, and I'm going to try and double the length of this pole, of this makeshift pole. Actually, what I'll do is I'll triple it, because that'll give me some wiggle room. There we go. Cut it right there. See, I got that little knob right there. Remember, this is supposed to simulate a survival situation, so you don't always have the best materials at your disposal, so you have to make do with what you have. So we got that hoop remade. All right. So now what I'll do is I'll wrap this around a couple times. take it, just do a couple overhand knots on it. Just kind of hold it in place. There we go. That should work. That should be just fine. So now we have our rod. So now what we're going to want to do is grab us a hook. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this knife out here. We're actually going to use this knife later on. I'm going to utilize one of these smaller hooks. So now what we'll do, we'll just do a basic fisherman's knot. Alright, so I'm going to go again, basic fisherman's knot. I don't want to cinch it down too hard because I don't want my line to break again. Alright, so we got our hook, guys. I have a jar of power bait with me. But usually what you're gonna be doing is, you know, trying to find some worms or something like that. I'm just trying to do a simulation on if this setup will even catch a fish, guys. So we have our line, we have our hook. So before we toss our line in here, we're gonna need something to weigh this line down. This power bait does float. So all I'm looking for is a little rock, a little pebble. Something that has got a good crease in it. There we go. And there we go, guys. We got our bait, or we got our weight, we got our hook. Now we're going to take a little bit of power bait. Throw a little power bait on this hook. We're going to see if we can catch at least 2 trout utilizing this rig, and then we're going to cook them over an open fire. Hole down here, so we're going to take this little drainage ditch to get down here. Trying to watch my footing because some of this ain't real stable. All right, so this is a nice little cut right here. We're going to wade out into the water. What we're going to do is we're going to undo our line here. Just going to toss it out into the creek there. Let our rock sink. See if there's any trout. Oh, we're getting a bite, guys. Guys, we're getting a bite. We're getting a bite at the end of the run down here, so I'm going to go up above. I think I'm going to cheat a little bit. And oh no, he took our hook, guys. Oh no, we lost a hook. So we're going to shorten our line up here a little bit. I'm going to put this in our pocket because I don't want to let her. So lucky for us, we got more hooks on this. I think I'm going to get one of them double-sided hooks this time. So we're going to take one of these double-sided hooks. Just going to bend it off here. They actually come off pretty clean, which is a plus. Alright, we're going to do the same as before. I'm going to do a basic fisherman's knot. Alright, got our knot. And what I mean by cheating is I'm actually going to just put a regular split shot on here, guys. Rather than trying to put another rock on there. And go about 5 or 6 inches up above the hook. Don't recommend using your teeth to bite down split shots, but don't have pliers. You're trying to get some weight on there. What we'll do, we'll go in here, grab us out a small pinch of the power bait. Slide that onto our hook there. Mold it up, make it look like a ball. Alright, we got that. Now we're going to take it, launch it out there. Let's see if any trout are hungry. Nothing on that drift. There's a bite right there. See, it's a nice thing about... There we go, guys. I got one. Guys, I got one. Guys, I got one. Gotta get him over here to the bank so we don't lose him. Yes! Here we go, guys. We actually got a trout using one of those survival hooks. Now, he did swallow it, which is what I wanted. We'll have to dig our hook back out. So what we'll do is I'm going to dispatch this fish. All right, he is dispatched. Now what we'll do is I'm going to use the knife to try and retrieve this hook. What we're going to do is I'm going to go in here, take all the unnecessary components out, take our arrowhead out there, the other hook, and these I don't know if they're frog gigs or what they are. Those little guys right there, I'm assuming they're for gigging. Well, what I was trying to say, when that fish was biting and I set the hook, is that's why you want to make sure you have at least a makeshift fishing pole, you know, stick or something, is you can actually feel that bite a lot more through something like a stick versus trying to hold that in your hand. All right, so you got our knife right here, right? We're gonna take it, we're just gonna try and file an edge down on it. It actually files down really good. You can see, yeah, it filed down fairly decent, actually. Actually, if YouTube flags me, they do, but I'm going to try and gut this fish on camera using this knife. That's actually, that one side is a fairly decent blade on there, guys. I hope the camera's picking this up good. Oh, that's a fairly decent blade. All right, so I'm gonna do, and you know, you don't need much to gut the trout. So you're gonna go in there. Yeah, they're actually utilizing that rock. I mean, it's not the sharpest in the world. This may be the fish that took our last hook, because I'm pulling power bait out already. But you can see I sliced up, you know, fairly easy. All right, so all you'll do is take your innards, pull them out like so. Let's see if we can get our hook back right here. The point on this knife is surprisingly sharp. All right, we did get our hook back. So now, what I'll do, see, even if I don't catch another fish, guys, if I was in a survival situation, I have something to eat right here. So what we'll do is we'll come over here. And we're just gonna, you know, clean that blood vein out. Like so. All right, and there we got the trout ready to eat. Man, it's frustrating, especially knowing there's fish here. I mean, I have regular hooks, but I'm trying not to break one out. So I'm wanting to get at least 2 fish with these survival hooks. All right, let's try this again. As soon as I hit the bottom, I got hit again. I'll try and give him as much slack as possible because I want him to swallow this bait. So I feel the weight of the fish on there right now. I don't know if he has the bait in his mouth, or in his stomach, or if he's just sitting there with it in his mouth. But I feel the weight of the fish. All right, I'm going for a hook set, guys. We got him. We got him. We got him. We got another one on the survival hook, guys. And he did swallow it. So we're going to go up here. This gives us 2 fish to cook up. I may be getting greedy, but I may go for a third. But we're going to go up here where I stored my other fish. I'm going to dispatch this fish quick. See, this is kind of dangerous because there's really no dry ground, and I have a live fish, and if I mess it up, I'm going to lose this fish. So I'll put our rod down the water there, and this is about the same size fish as the last one. We're going to take a rock. I'm going to dispatch this fish, guys. He's dispatched. I'm going to go ahead, break out the knife again. Sorry about that. Didn't want to show that on camera, but the other eye is missing, so. But we're going to let that fish stay there. I'll break our knife back out. Just like the last one, we're going to clean this one. Alright, we gotta get our hook back, so same as before. Alright, we got a cleaned out fish. So we got 2 fish. We're gonna try and get 1 more, guys. Alright, guys, so the camera died on me. I ended up getting a 3rd fish with that survival hook. So I come back up to where my father-in-law is, and we got something out of this creek that they don't stock in this creek. At least they claim they don't. My father-in-law, Jim, and we gotta let this guy go because he's not big enough, has caught his very first brown trout ever. And I'm gonna get a picture of this guy real quick on the phone. I'm gonna leave him on the stringer in the water just long enough so I can get a picture. All right, let's let him go. Get a good revive on him. Wait for him to kick. There he goes. There he goes.
Go the other way. No, other way.
No, he's good. Let him go. Let him go. He's just swimming against that current. Your very first brown in Casey Creek. All right, guys, we got our fire started here. We're gonna build this up, let it burn down in some good coals. We're gonna cook our fish over an open fire. All right, so what I did here, guys, is I took one of those little spear gigs, the frog gigs, and I went ahead and I stuck it through one side of the fish and let that barb come out on the other side there so it don't back out. What I'll do is I'm going to take that stick, I'm going to run it through the fish's mouth here, like so. And then what you have is something to actually hold that fish while it's cooking. And that's actually how I'm going to cook up all 3 of these fish. So let's go ahead. We got a good enough fire. Let's go ahead and cook this guy up real quick. All right, so what I did, guys, I got that fish hovering over the fire. I just propped it up here, utilizing one of the sticks that's in the fire as a makeshift cooking stand. I'm just hovering that fish up over the fire, and this should only take a few minutes for that fish to cook down.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, fish should be nice and ready. All right, so let's take him over here. He's ready. We'll take him over here, put him down here. Yeah, see, our spear came out. So I'll sit down here on this log. We're going to pull her, and you see that meat, how it's nice and flaky there. And this here, guys, this will give you a way to get some protein while you're out in the woods. And you got no other way of getting some food. This right here, get it done for you. We'll flip her over, just cleaning these bones off. A little bit of meat back here at the end of the tail. That meat right here. There you go, guys. Got one fish cooked up in the belly. And we're going to go ahead and cook up the other 2 and them up. That's going to do it for us over down the creek. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Comment if you haven't done so already. Let me know what I could do different, what you guys would like to see different. This is the first video of this kind that I've actually ever made, so I would have liked to have got some different angles. I don't have a tripod, unfortunately. They're all in my hunting blinds. Go figure. But yeah, I would say subscribe if you haven't done it already. Hit that like button.